Welcome, everybody, to another amazing, exciting, fantastic episode of the AusNZ HCR2 Community Podcast. Um, we have a very, very cool guest on. Um, but before we introduce them, let's say hello to JR. Hello, JR. How are you?
Hello, Eva. I'm good. Surviving this thing
Surviving,
called life.
surviving. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to
hmm
welcome to real world and lots of work.
I know. It's just April and I'm swamped with work.
Yep.
This week is actually a holiday in the Philippines. We're celebrating or observing the Holy Week for
Oh, fair enough.
Catholics. We
Yep.
have like a 3 day vacation, so it's time to reflect and you know uh it's about a religious side of holiday type of
Yep.
holiday. I mean, but
Yep.
anyway, I'll try not to work, but I might catch
Yep.
myself opening my laptop and checking stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
well,
fair enough.
anyway,
Fair enough.
how are
Well,
you?
I was up in the snow over the
Oh,
weekend. Now, when I say
nice.
snow, you've got to remember
Yeah.
it's March in Australia. So
Uh-huh.
usually there is no snow in March in Australia.
Okay.
And on Thursday last week, it was very cold and very rainy, and they had
Uh-huh.
about 12 or 14 inches of snow.
Wow. Oh my
And
God.
we had planned to be up in this high country
Okay.
for a weekend of driving our cars. So
Okay.
I have photos of my car with ice and snow behind it,
Oh
um,
gosh.
which is just unheard of in March in Australia.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, it was a great day. But most importantly, I got a
Mhm.
photo of me in front of a snowmobile.
I saw that. That's really cool.
So I will post said photo in the
Yeah,
video. If you're
yeah,
watching this on
yeah.
YouTube, you'll see a photo right now of me in front of a
Okay.
snowmobile. But better
Yeah.
yet than that,
Yeah.
one of the other pit crew members edited it. I'm not going to say who, but I'll announce it in the podcast on the video.
Yeah.
Someone from pit crew amended the unit and showed me how it should have looked. So I'll post that photo too. So yeah. Anyway, that's irrelevant compared to who we have on. JR, go on.
Yes.
Introduce this person. You do
Does he really need introduction? That's the thing, right? Because
it.
he's a very known person in the community, in the hill climb racing community. So please welcome to
Yeah.
the podcast. Welcome back. I mean, FS David.
Yay! It's me. I love how it's no secret. I mean, it's probably in the title of the podcast who
Yes,
the guest is, so it's no surprise. But yes, I am back.
you are
Well, true,
back.
very true. Maybe I need to keep this one just question mark, question mark. The title will just be
Right?
season 4, episode 7, question marks,
Guess who the
and
guest
just
is?
see
Something.
guess who the guest is. Special
Yeah,
guest, unknown special guest.
And
Must
no
watch,
special.
must
Yes,
watch.
I like the mustache part.
Yep,
So
yep.
I
David,
agree.
Uh,
I agree.
yeah, you have something to tell us.
Yeah,
Uh,
we can just cut to the chase.
yeah.
Some
what do they say?
bittersweet news, but
Rip off the band-aid.
yeah, I mean, there's no point doing this 30 minminutes or an hour
Yep,
into the
yep.
podcast, but
Well, hang
Mhm.
on.
but
We need Seller to do that by mistake up front.
yeah, that's right.
Oh gosh.
Today it's just me. I'm hogging all the attention to
Uh-huh.
announce that yeah, I'm leaving Fingersoft. Some bittersweet news, but yeah, I'll be leaving in a few weeks. I mean, I don't know at what point the podcast will be out, but mid-April I'll be gone, and I think there's a playful video going out the day that we're recording this as well. So I have like a little announcement in a Hill Climb Racing 3 video. But yes, yeah. I'll be leaving Fingersoft on happy terms, I should say as well. Things are good, but I found there was another opportunity that presented itself and was very exciting. So I jumped on the chance. But yeah, so this is the probably our last podcast as FS David. And who knows? You know, the future may be just David, but for FS
Well,
David, this is our last one.
yeah. So, well, you can always come back as just David. We
Yeah,
would
exactly.
love to have
Yes.
you back as just David.
Yes.
Uh, and and again, we can always talk about the future and everything else as well. So,
Mhm.
you're always welcome back.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Can
Well,
I just
I suppose the go on, Jr. You
no,
go.
no, no. I mean, when you messaged us about this before we actually put on the podcast, right? So I was a bit surprised. It's for me it's too soon for you to
Me
leave
too. Me
fingers
too.
off because I actually backtracked our first podcast with you. It was August 18 to 2023.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, Salah, and Reese. I think the three of us,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
yes. We're
yep.
community managers and we talked about stuff and all that. I think it would be nice if we could have stayed for 10 years or
I
something.
know. I know.
But it's like too
The,
soon. So,
that amazing part of that episode was that
yeah.
we started talking about mastery
Oh
amongst other
wow.
things.
Yeah.
And here we are. David is thinking of moving on, or is moving on,
Yeah.
and and we're almost at the end of mastery. There's two vehicles left, one of which only dropped a couple of days ago in the update, and people still don't have,
Mhm.
which only turns left. But we won't talk about that at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's a long haul. I remember when we were halfway through, uh, it felt like such a hard slog, and we're now at the other end of it. And I just think, oh my god, it's been that long already, which is just fantastic. I think it's made the game a whole lot more playable. I've enjoyed some of the masteries, not all of them. Some of them have been fun. Um, but I suppose the question I have for you is, which mastery little video did you enjoy the most?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a good question.
that is a very good question. Oh man, I wish I prepped for this. Let me just.
He
Hang
just
on,
threw you under the
let me
bus.
just get you let me just get you some rags and you can clean the underside of the bus.
Uh,
Um,
the one that comes to mind, I don't think it was that good of an episode to film, but it was the Mark II. So it's me in a bathrobe and I'm drinking milk. Uh, and I don't know why. Like I said, it wasn't that good of a video. The concept was just so silly that Sal and I were like, okay, yeah, let's make it this really classy because the Mark II is such a classy, iconic vehicle. So let's make it a classy episode. And of course, I'm not going to drink any adult beverages, and we had milk around, so it felt like, yeah, well, I'll just swirl some milk around and but yeah, that's the one that comes to mind first. But I'll also give Rally Car a shout out.
yep,
That includes a reference to
Oh.
a famous Finnish rally driver, where this happened in real, in an actual race, a rally race. So you have your driver and your navigator, and a rock shot through the bottom of the car into the bottom of the navigator. So you can look it up online. I don't remember the name of the Finnish race car driver, but if you just look up on YouTube, rally. Uh, can I say curse words on the podcast? Is that okay?
you can, of course you can.
Yeah. So
Oh,
so you can look up.
it's not like we're gonna sack you.
No, that's right. No, the figure stuff doesn't mind either. But just look up in the ass of Timo. So that's the video. It's a very famous one. So we sort of parodied that, where a rock goes up in the ass of Bill. So that's a favorite as well, just because of the reference and the Finnish connection. So, but very good question. Now you've got me. I'm gonna be thinking about this throughout the whole podcast and probably the rest of the day. Which one was my favorite?
Yes, yes, yes. Wait, hang on. I have a follow-up question. Now, because Eva threw you under the bus, I'll throw you even harder under the bus. Can you make an impromptu feel of your David? What do you call it? Character? What do you call it? Character
Oh,
again?
which
With the
Dewey
French
David?
accent. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, with the
the
David.
yeah, he's the. I wish I could tease. Actually, let me see if I can.
You
if
have
I
a
could
script somewhere.
tease maybe the next, I don't know if we.
Yeah.
I'm saying too much already, but yeah. So I can talk like the David Zubargen. That's me on the
Yes.
podcast, and I'm here with Osman Zed, and
Uh,
I hope everyone likes the Stalker. It goes fast, and man, it goes like you can drive, and it goes good.
I'm
There it is. There it is.
imagining
unfortunately,
you. Yeah.
unfortunately, I have met people like that, and they're not putting it on. That's the problem.
Well, what's funny that character to me is that's my family. I'm French Canadian as well, so my first
Yeah.
language is French. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of my uncles or friends' parents and stuff like that. So it was
Yep.
very easy character for me to come up. It was like okay, when we were concepting, like we wanted to do something more fun for vehicle announcements, and we thought, well, okay, a car salesman, that's a great idea. But then I thought, like,
Mm.
hey, how can we make it? It can't just be a car salesman. He has to be sleazy and a bit like
Yep.
off-putting. And okay,
Yep.
that's good.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking, okay, what else? How much more personality can I inject? And then it was okay. Let's go back to my family and friends and stuff like that. Just go full French Canadian with it. So yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I once did an Italian play, year 11, at high school. We had 5 people in the Italian class, and we were doing a family fun night, and we had to do a play. So there was only one girl in the class. There was 4 boys and one girl, and the teacher had written this, you know, mum and dad have their son, and he brings home an Australian girl, right? So of course, uh, there was a guy who played the dad, there was a guy who played the grandma, and I played the mother. And there was lots and lots and lots of my mother in this character. So I understand where you're coming from. You make characters out of people that you know. It's easier.
Yeah, it's easy to channel those sorts of
Yep.
inspirations or
In,
characters that you've met.
and the mannerisms and everything else. It's just
Yeah.
apparently there is a VHS copy of this somewhere, and I'm hoping to find it and burn it.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Just so
yeah.
there's
So
absolutely no evidence.
yep. So it was
Yep.
Marcus Gronholm, by the way, who was the
The
rally
one,
driver, the Finnish
yes.
rally driver.
Yep.
Yep, Marcus Gronholm. I did Google it. There you go. Um, all right, JR, do you have another under the bus question while we're at it?
I don't know if it's still under the bus, but as you have said, Eva, that when David joined us, it was the where they launched the mastery.
Yep.
But in the span of almost 3 years, a lot of things happened. A lot of
Hmm.
updates came out. Right?
Yep.
A lot of
Yeah.
updates came out, a lot of new things were conceptualized when you were here in Fingersoft, David. So, I guess my question: what were you most passionate about, or like it was your pet project that you conceptualized that made it happen? Which one in the past 3 years was that?
Yeah, well, a lot of with my position, what we do, I'll speak for Sal and I. It is on the community or even a bit of the marketing aspect, and it feels a bit like a cheap answer because we just talked about it. But for a lot of it is the mastery videos or even client TVs. That's all from our brains, and we
Yeah.
conceptualize it. We act in it. We do it all the editing, but the masteries
Mm.
especially it was kind of like we knew the cadence, so every 3 weeks there would be a new one. So it gave us the chance to okay, here's the vehicle. What kind of ideas can we take from that? Is there a pun that we can take, like a hover bike? Like okay, maybe someone needs to hover in the episode, or a muscle car. Okay, Sala needs, she works out a lot, so let's do something related to muscle. So it felt very like the creativity was just so fun because you just took a word and then you tried to find the inspiration, and then from there, sort of promote or talk about what's happening. So it feels like a cheap answer, so I want to find another one. Um, oh, okay. Well, for me as well, I was really heavily involved with Lego Hill Climb Adventures. I was the community manager. Towards the beginning, I still am nowadays, but I've also shifted some of my focus to Hill Climb Racing 3, and that to me
Mm.
is it's really exciting because it gave me the chance to build up a community from the ground up for both those games. Of course, like
Mhm.
a lot of the players come from Hill Climb Racing or Hill Climb Racing 2, but there is the opportunity as well to sort of um, help shape that mold. So a lot of players are coming in from our existing games, but we can like make it a
Mhm.
little bit differently or find our different niches or nuances. So that those are my favorite aspects. Is sort of like the opportunity to build up the communities from the ground up, or approach the communities like with Hill Climb Racing 3 because the game is still an open beta. Like feedback is paramount. We need feedback so the game can sort of grow and
Evolve.
become what it should be. Yeah, because Hill Climb
Mhm.
Racing through two of I mean same thing. Feedback is incredibly important, or else I mean if you're not listening to your players, then the game just sort of dies. So, but
Yep.
with three, it is sort of like we're still building the foundation, so we need the players to like create that foundation right away. Um, so yeah, those two things like being there from the ground up for Lego and Hill Climb Racing 3, that's as well my favorite part.
Mm. Okay.
Mhm. And you've
So
also started a podcast for Hill Climb
Hmm.
Racing 3. You have a few
Yeah, and
episodes already.
yeah, there's one coming probably next week as well. And
Oh.
it's this is a bit of a shame, but so the I'll give you like a behind the curtain look at how that happened. So it was sort of like our approach. We wanted to be more transparent, and also like from the Fingersoft brand, like company brand, we also wanted to be more like well transparent as well, but like have our employees or developers on camera discussing about what they do and sort of the techniques that they use and not make like this fluff podcast, but talk about the
Mhm.
real stuff like the struggles and everything. So
Mhm.
um, when I presented the idea, the company said, "Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's start. We'll do a few episodes with Hill Climb Racing 3. We'll see how it goes, and if we're happy with it, then let's expand to other games."
Mhm.
So there is another one coming, probably late April, maybe even early May. And I'll give you guys this is a bit of a little inside scoop, but it's with our prototype team. So within
Mhm.
Fingersoft, in the second half of last year, um, we have a dedicated team to create prototypes. We've always had prototypes within the company, but we noticed that we never pushed far enough. So we would have these days where all the developers would come together and they would create these like prototypes or small games. And there might be five new games out of that were created that day. And these are very simple, like usually just based around like one or two gameplay mechanics and see that, oh, is this fun? Could this be developed into something even bigger? Um, but the problem is that it would never really get to the next stage.
Mhm.
So last year we created this team that is dedicated to making prototypes. So no one's being pulled off Hill Climb Racing to make these prototypes for a day. Instead, we have this team that makes them, and then we can push them further. So a lot of these games have been published to the Android, like Google Play Store. So they're not under Fingersoft, but rather a sister company called Finger Steps. So if you're on Android, you can go and look up Finger Steps, and you'll see there's like three or four games in there. Uh, so it's this little secret. We didn't want to like promote it. We want the games to sort of exist there organically,
Yes.
um, and see that how do they do, how do they perform. And again, they're prototypes, so they're very small games, small concepts. But we keep making these, and we're going to keep pursuing them and see which one performs really well. So it's all based on data. We're looking at how well, are people playing just for one time and then they drop off, or are they coming back day after day, and how long are they playing for? So it's sort of it's a business case. Like, do these work? So to bring it back, yeah, I have a podcast coming out with the prototype team as well, later in about some weeks. So it is a bit of shame. I wanted to open up to the prototype team, to Hill Climb Racing 2, to Hill Climb Racing, to Fingersoft as a company. So I think the podcast might be shelved. Maybe Salah will want to pick it back up. Maybe someone else within the company, because we were all really happy with it. But we just they'll need to find then who is this champion for the podcast if they want to continue doing it.
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I must say we've had, with Pete moving on, there's been a little bit less there's been a little bit less drive.
Yeah.
And we've come back to maybe one episode a month. You know,
Mm-hmm.
JR has become busier and busier, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want to push JR too much because I don't want her to turn around and go, well, you know, you're on your own. And trying to find that fit, that, you know, finding someone else and finding that fit
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
always very tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting trying to fill a void. And I know when GTR left, you know, in episode 25, 26, all that time ago, um, the natural choice was to bring you know, JR in, and
Hmm.
I think it was probably one of the best decisions that me and Pete made at the time. She's been amazing as a listener and as a helper, and she's been even more amazing as a host. So yeah, it's been good to have her on. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be finding it hard to replace you, David. That's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at.
Yes. Yes. Very true.
Well, and I
Sorry.
understand too, like for you two, like I understand that this shouldn't feel like work. This shouldn't feel like an obligation, but rather something you want to do for fun. So I
Yeah,
understand sort of the trying
Yeah.
to find that balance of like I want to do this because I'm happy to, not because I feel like I have to. So
Yes.
yeah,
I definitely get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
so can we ask a question about Adventure Stars?
Ooh, huh.
What do you?
um, so there was an update released, and Adventure Stars, and there was the respawn, and Adventure Stars continued on after respawn, and then that was, you know, kind of wound back. How much backlash was there on the Discord server?
Well, as I've just resigned, I don't have to take shit from. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, there was we saw
That's
the
the best.
yeah, exactly. No, no, to be honest, because of the timing of everything, like, uh, well, yeah, to pull back the curtain again of like the timeline and everything. So, the update went out, and then the feedback came in pretty much at the same time that I resigned. So for me, I've been already sort of pulled off the game, not pulled off, but my now I'm trying to offboard a lot of my stuff and trying to
Yeah,
having
for
lots of
sure.
meetings within the company, all that stuff. So haven't been that heavily involved. So I wish I had a better answer. I've seen the comments, I've seen the discourse around it, and I've had chats with the team as well, the HR2 devs. But like the scale of it and like fully understanding, I don't really have an answer because of just the terrible timing on my part of leaving at the same time. So uh, yeah, I don't have that good of an answer, but yeah, we
Okay.
as always we see the feedback, we see the comments, and our job is to share that with the team and sort of explain the scale of it. And but I mean one thing as well that I guess is important to say is Discord is like one of our most valuable communities. That's where we have actual dialogue and discussions. But at the same time, Discord is it is relatively small. It's just a fraction of our player base. You know, we have
Yep.
millions and millions of monthly players, and on Discord, if you were to gather all the communities, all the Discord communities, you might find a million players there. So most players are not on Discord; they're not vocal, but we need the vocal players to sort of help guide us. So there is sort of that like the understanding of okay, at Discord, the players there are expressing these concerns. Is it truly something as big as it sounds, or is it just found in these small pockets of the communities? But most of the time, I would say that yeah, like Discord is they have their finger on the pulse. They know what's up, and we like listening to them because again, there's that back and forth, and it's not just a comment on a YouTube video.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
interesting you mentioned the numbers because 2 billion versus 2 billion versus a million is quite a large number.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
it
never
and
thought it
I
would.
mean because our games are global as well. Like a lot of players, they might not be in Discord or might not be in like English speaking servers or anything like that. So it is always hard to sort of find exactly where all the discussions are and what all the
Yep.
players are saying. because a lot of what we see can be maybe English speaking focused or even Western world stuff. So we do our best to sort of expand even beyond that and find all the players from everywhere.
No, I don't know if this is a question, or I just want to let you know, David, that um I'm speaking on behalf of Eva and Pete, and this happened just a few day or a year ago, that you promoted us to Pete crew member. So that's one of the most memorable things for me in my whole HCR2 playing journey, and you
Yes.
made it happen for us. So um thank you for doing that, and thank you for being there for the other pit crews as well. And what else? What else should I say? I don't know what else.
Well, I really appreciate that. I mean, it was such an obvious fit for you guys to join. I mean, you're such an important piece of the community, and with Pit Crew as well. This is a bit funny because I think one of the faults that we have with Pit Crew, I'm being a bit like pretty open here, is I feel like some people, we hear about it like, oh, there's Pit Crew, but then on Discord I have to update the rules before I go. There is this rule of like, don't ask about Pit Crew. You'll know about it when you get invited, and I think that's kind
Mhm,
of I don't think that's really a really positive or healthy approach. So I want to change that, and people are free to ask, and
mhm,
people can even ask if they can join. It's probably going to be a no because we don't really do these sorts of like applying process.
mhm,
Instead, me and Salah or whoever will be involved with the community, we look at what's going on and we look for content creators or people who really stand out.
mhm.
So I think we need to have a bit of a Fingersoft needs to have a bit of a healthier approach with Pit Crew, and now we are at the position where we want to bring in even more people.
Yeah.
We so especially with Hill Climb Racing 3 on the horizon, we need to find
Mm,
even more players who want to focus on that game, especially.
yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be a bigger emphasis on it this year
Wow.
and next year as well.
Wow, that's so cool. I have a quick question. Is your guesting on the on NC podcast the first public announcement of your leaving
Yeah,
Fingersoft?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Wow.
you
is it?
guys got
That's
the inside scoop.
that's
It's not a great scoop,
that's
but you got the inside scoop.
I think it's a fantastic scoop. I'm trolling through YouTube and I stumble across this Fingersoft video, and it's about Fingaroos and the inception of the game and everything else,
Yeah.
and we're going through it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, that's me, right? So, and then I wind back, and I'm like, that's JR, right? So I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then I remembered, we submitted these videos all this time ago, and
Yep.
I felt, I said it very briefly on the previous episode, but I felt extremely privileged to be part of that. Um,
Yes.
how much, how much of that was your idea?
Almost none. Almost none.
Oh, there you
That
go.
was
Okay.
that was I think the inception came from our marketing team. Well, I guess there was some involvement from the community team. We it's our 10-year anniversary for Hill Climb Racing 2 this year, and we also wanted to just have a celebration of our games. So our marketing team took that upon themselves to create this documentary, and we worked with a partner as well for all the filming and even editing. That's why it's on a different scale than a lot of what we do. But for me, from my input was just they came to me and said, "Hey, we would really like to use footage from our fans." And
Yep.
of course, like we have to do our due diligence. We don't want to use footage from some person on YouTube who they may be some crazy racist. So our job is to do the due diligence. We want to highlight players uh, who we trust and are part of the community. So right away, I came to the pit crew and I asked if anyone has footage. So you guys submitted, which was great. But after that, I didn't have any involvement. So
Okay.
I'm happy they chose your footage, and I don't know how much footage they chose from the stuff that was submitted, but there's so
Mhm.
many. I mean, Cthulhu.
Yep.
his
Yeah.
face mat. I mean, yeah. So I'm really happy. I think Freddie was also there.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
I
quite
watched
a
it.
lot of pick through.
I watched it possibly 3 times,
Hmm.
cover to cover. And then just every time I watched it, it was like it's like when you watch a movie the second time, the third time, and you go, "Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
when he did it," you know. So yeah, I watched it a couple of times, and then I started picking up all the other players that were in there scattered around,
Mm.
and no, I thought it was just amazing. Really amazing. I thought um, it was it was great to hear how the company started and how it went and everything
Mm-hmm.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
Very true.
and it surprised me by um, how much of a small family business it was for a long time before it
Yeah.
started to
Mm-hmm.
grow
Mm-hmm.
properly. Um, and we're very disappointed we weren't invited to any of those sauna parties.
I mean, of course, it's a Finnish company, so there's a sauna in our building in the office. There's one
Yep,
there, and
yep,
so
of
of course
course.
it's almost mandatory.
Yep. Well, I spoke to DB Cooper. We had DB Cooper on last episode, and he is in Finland.
Mm.
And I'm trying to coax him to get you guys a popcorn machine.
Make it happen tomorrow, Eva, before David
I'm
leaves.
before David. I'm now. I need to get it done before David goes. So,
Yeah.
I will reach out to him privately and see what we can do. So, no, that's very cool. All right, Jr. Do you have
Okay.
anything else you want to ask?
I want to ask something, but I don't know if you could reveal it. Is there is there another community manager who would join Sala?
Most probably yes. We're early in the process of
Oh.
we're having discussions now, and you might see we might share a job opening like an advert in the next few days.
Oh.
So yeah, there will be someone else who will join.
Oh,
Okay. I
cool.
actually
Very
saw.
cool.
This is very freaky, but I saw a job ad for developers on Facebook of all
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen several job ads in LinkedIn from Fingersoft.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been nice. Like
Very cool.
we've really been growing. Like in a huge way, but we're trying to grow even more. We're bringing developers or QA engineers, and now a new community manager. So it's nice that the company keeps on growing. We're doing it in a healthy way. We don't want to balloon and risk any bad stuff. But I mean, the games are continue to be like really successful, and so we need more people and more involvement and with the community manager, which is really nice. I think things have changed a bit, just with communities and social media from going back to even when I started with Sala. Um, if you turn back the clock at that time, a lot of what we did on social media or with our communications were just static images, which worked great 3 years ago. But since then, we've made a huge push towards video. A lot of the stuff that we put out now is video, either with me and Sala in it, or just gameplay. Or so we're trying to communicate a lot through video. So now with the new
Mhm.
community manager that we'll be hiring. Which I mean, I won't have too much involvement with, so maybe I'm speaking a bit out of turn, but I think it will be someone who also has good sort of on-camera presence or wants to push that even further because it's a really fun way to connect with our players instead of just an image is great. It's great at communicating, but I feel like there's a big disconnect with sort of the players and sort of their relationship they have with the games and with us. So I hope that
Yep.
we have someone who's just as driven to be on camera and wants to speak to the community like this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's very cool. It takes a lot of guts to stand up in front of a camera,
It's not for
and
everyone, yeah.
do the sort of stuff that you're doing. It is not for everyone, for sure. For sure.
No,
No, no,
no,
very cool.
I remember what I said before when you were first, like the Climb TV videos that you did. Reese was still
Yeah.
in the company, and then I. Do you remember Eva that I said I'm glad that we're just doing an audio podcast, not a
Yeah. Well, I said this probably early in the podcast, probably episode 1, or maybe even once or twice in episode 2 or 3. I have a face for radio. You know, I have a better voice than I have a face.
Oh my
Let's
God.
leave it at that. So,
But okay,
oh,
David. Here's another question. If you have a message to the Fingersoft community, I mean the climb racing community, what would that message be?
Ooh, uh, thank you for being the best. Like it sounds a bit cheesy, but I really mean that. Like, I think it's really easy for gaming communities to be a bit negative or toxic, and I don't see
Hmm.
that at
Hmm.
all. I mean, of course, there are
Yeah.
moments where people get upset, and that's important
Oh
for us
yeah.
to hear players out. But I
Oh
really
yeah.
do believe that like the hill climb racing community is really healthy. It's
Hmm.
thriving. People are happy to be playing our games. Um, so yeah, like thank you guys for being the best. No matter where we go, if it's YouTube or Reddit or Discord, people are really friendly. It feels like um, it's a bit weird because like we discussed earlier, there's been over 2 million players, and we have over 50 million players who play every month. So uh, people cycle in and out, but it still feels like it's not this huge ballooning community. It still feels like we're on Discord and I see all the same faces and names, and you get to like build relationships with people. So the message is, yeah, like thank you guys for being the best and continue being the best. And I'm still going to continue playing our games, especially I've really fallen in love with Hill Climb Racing 3. Sorry to tease you guys. I know you don't. A lot of people don't have access to it yet. It will be coming
yep.
for me, especially with Hill Climb Racing 3, you'll see me there. I've jumped like 2 feet deep into Hill Climb Racing 3. So I'm going to continue being a fan of the games and even being part of the community. You might not see me as FS David, but I'll be lurking around and stuff like that. So,
Very
but
cool.
yeah, thanks, JR. That was a good point. Like, what do I want to say? And it is a thank you to everyone. You're
Hmm.
all really the best.
Hey, you also need to keep your leaderboard status in Hill Climb. Sorry, was that Lego Adventure? Lego.
Yeah.
Remember, you're the top. Are you still at the top of the leaderboard?
Well, that one has like they have weekly or not weekly, like daily leaderboards,
Ah,
so it's a bit
yeah.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay,
now
cool.
with Hill Climb Racing 3, like I said, I've been playing a lot lately,
Mm.
and we have in Discord there's some people because the game doesn't have leaderboards quite yet. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that's coming. A little bit of an inside scoop. They are coming, but for now we
Mm-hmm.
have community members who have been making their own leaderboard. So they'll ask like, okay, how many trophies do you have now? And they'll update the sort of the leaderboards every week. So it's awesome just to see, it's not in the game yet, but people are so motivated that they'll be like, okay, we'll do it ourselves then. Uh, so yeah, you'll see me on the HR3 leaderboards as well.
Yes, that's cool.
Very
Okay,
cool.
I have one more question before I'm about to leave. Sorry. What would you miss the most about Hill Climb Racing and Fingersoft?
Well, about like the actual job itself, it is making those silly videos with me and Salah. Um, Silly is even
Yeah.
like it's maybe like making them seem smaller, but I really love those. Like a lot of that came from
Mm,
our ideas and our just wanting to
yes.
push our creativity. So I'm gonna miss doing those. Those are so
Yes.
fun. I'm a bit of a camera whore, so for me it's good. I like being on camera and talking to people and just stretching that creative muscle. And
Uh-huh.
like I said, for me especially, like a lot of the involvement comes from the concept to writing the scripts to acting, filming, and then I do most of the edits as well. So a lot of that was on me, and that was my big sort of creative input. And now I have to like put that onto someone else or let someone take
Big
over.
shoe
So
to fill. It's a
well,
big
I
shoe
think I think I think hopefully we can get someone even better than
Oh
me, someone
yeah.
more experienced. So that's my hope.
We'll get you back on the
uh,
podcast and ask you, did he do a good job?
No.
just we'll just give you an anonymous
Yeah.
an anonymous questionnaire on what you think the replacement has done.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll get you to rate the replacement. No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do
My
that.
God, yeah.
No. Um, well, I suppose is there any chance we might have some scoops even without Salah?
Yeah. I know that's the whole Salah's whole MO. Actually, before JR, do you need to? Are you okay to stay around for a little bit more, or do you need to
I need to hop
hop
off.
off? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck to you, David. Thank you so much for, being a part of this community and being here on the podcast several times without doubting if you're, coming over and sharing everything with us.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's my pleasure, and I mean, you guys are the best, so that's why I'm so happy to, well, just talk with you, but also give you guys some scoops so that hopefully you get more listeners, more people coming in.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you both. I'll share the rest for Ava after, but JR, thank you
Yes.
honestly
Okay.
for so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. See you around, David. Bye
Okay,
bye.
see
Hey,
you.
bye. Okay, so I've got you to myself.
That's right.
um, so yeah, I mean, we're all on
Scoops.
the edge of our seat here, listening for scoops.
Okay, so scoops. I don't know if I have anything specific to say. It depends on. I don't want to with Salah and the new community manager, whenever that person comes in, I don't want to say something that they weren't ready to say yet, but at least I can give some into where HR2 is going, and you might have seen some of that already, where you have, and it's new events, new event types. So we just had the Nikita events. I guess they're
Yep,
still ongoing as well. Yeah. So
yep,
a lot of those have new gameplay mechanics and they're brand new events, event types. So we want to do more stuff like that. A lot of the focus this year has been on the events. We know that people really love them, and we want to like now spice things up, introduce new stuff, new mechanics, new gameplay modes for the events. So a lot of what you'll see for Hill Climbers 2 is focused on the events, and even beyond that, like taking it to another level. And then we've seen as well like a lot of comments of people have had lots of cars now, and they're wondering, okay, when's the next level theme? So that's when I can at least say, I hope, I'm going to put it out there anyways, that you will see something around June, maybe even a little before June, a new, not a brand new level theme, but something else. I'll just be a little bit vague, but you'll see something before June with levels.
nice. Okay,
Yeah,
because I mean, I commented on the last podcast about how much I've been enjoying the events.
yeah,
It's actually got me playing. It's actually got me playing the public event, and going into a public event and having 100 players and knowing that anybody could get a good score because no one's got any
yeah.
extra skills. No one's got any extra skills that I don't have. So we all felt like flying, well, especially when we were flying Nikita. It was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but hey, it worked.
Yeah, I think
But it
there's going
was,
to be more stuff like that, and a lot of the thematics around it as well. That was a lot of from Salah's input, like the Nikita and having that whole theme. Nikita's been a character, but we wanted to push the character a little bit further. So, okay, let's introduce, make it a theme about her backstory and her being a thief, but an acrobat and all this stuff. So, it was really nice that we could like bring it all together. It was like a multi-week thematic event, and then with the gameplay stuff, like you said, there will be more stuff like that because we've really the developers have really liked making these, and we've seen such good feedback as well. So you can expect more stuff like that, more
good.
refreshing stuff with the events.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. Giving me a reason to pick up the phone and play the game every day.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I must say, I mean, I have been playing this game every day for the last, I don't want to say 10 years. It's almost 10 years actually.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, it's been especially Hill Climb Racing 2. Once I joined, I've probably religiously played it every day for at least an hour since 2019.
yeah.
Yeah, at least since 2019. So, team events, all that sort of stuff. Every single time there's been another edition, it's always been something fun and something to pick the game up again for. So, I look forward to more of that. I
Yeah,
really do.
there will be more definitely, and then with the levels, I teased the something coming early June, but there is as well, like there is a brand new level coming. I don't know when, but I would say later this year, probably after June, July, or August. I'm not sure exactly the timeline, but there is another brand new level theme in the works,
Hmm.
so you can expect
Cool.
that later this year. So
Yep.
that'll be a
Yep.
fun
Yep.
one.
Yep. Well, as long as it's not a hard fun one.
We'll
uh,
see. We'll see. I haven't played it yet. It's very much like we're creating the assets. We're creating like the we have the theme and everything. So now our artists are making sort of like rocks or logs or
yep. Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah. For
see like
sure.
the
For
visuals.
sure.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. No. Very. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I can't wait to. I can't wait to play it. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are already starting to think how many 10Ks can I add?
I know. Yeah. And then, hey,
No,
with
that's very cool.
off-roader, I can discuss a bit of off-roader mastery as well. We touched on masteries before, but yeah, I can
Hmm.
at least give off-roader will come at the very end of April. So that's going to be, of course, there's the stalker, like you just mentioned, but we don't have plans
Yep.
yet for the masteries for that.
Yep.
That the vehicle is just way too new. But off-roader at least that'll be coming before the end of April. So that'll be a fun one. Where the emphasis is on like giving the vehicle some more downforce and skidding across water. So a lot of that stuff will be really powerful for the off-roader. So it's fun. It feels almost well, gimmicky is a bad word, but it feels like there's a mechanic behind it, which is the downforce and skidding across water. So you'll see that before the end of April.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but when I started playing off-roader, I had vibes originally of the Super Off-Road from Hill Climb Racing 1,
Yeah.
but it is such a it was a powerful vehicle without parts. So with 4 parts on it, it's going to be even more unbeatable. It
Yeah,
may
I'm excited to
even,
see. Yeah.
yeah, it may even replace the Rock Bouncer as my favorite vehicle.
And then, hey, I have some scoops about Hill Climb Racing 3 as well. I know the audience is much smaller and the podcast is a bit more focused towards HR2, but with HR3, well, the game just came out in Poland for open beta. We aren't ready to say which country yet, but another big European country. And I believe a lot of the beta will be, for the time being, focused around Europe, just because we're not only testing sort of our audience and how the game resonates in different countries and different audiences, but as well the tech behind it because it has live
Yep,
multiplayer. We need to make sure that the
yep.
servers are well set up and everything. So we're doing some tests around Europe, and then after that, I mean, we'll expand uh, to the Americas and to Asia and hopefully
Well,
Australia, New Zealand. But yeah, so we're adding more and more countries now to the open beta. And one of the most exciting things that's coming in the next few months is tuning parts. So I think if people have been paying attention, we have mentioned that it's coming. There was a podcast episode with John, the lead game designer, where he mentioned that yeah, tuning parts are coming, and now they are really really close. And I guess yeah, let's talk a bit about it. They're going to act a bit differently than with Hill Climb Racing 2. So with 3, we're going to have over 15 different tuning parts. So there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a rollout. So you're not going to get all right away. But
yep.
once it's all said and done, or maybe by the end of the year, there'll be over 15. But each tuning part has a cost to it. So I don't know the exact numbers, but let's say you have room for tuning parts that have a total cost of 20, let's say. I don't know what the exact number is, but each tuning part may be like cost you 3 or 4 or 5 like values to equip it. So there's a bit of customization there. You can build it to your own. So if you want to equip 2 tuning parts that have the value of 10, so like really high value, expensive tuning parts to equip, you can equip just 2. But if you want to use like really cheap, less valuable equipping cost, you can have up to 4. So there is a bit of like customization there. You can have 2, 3, or 4. So it depends on which ones you have. So it's a bit different because of that cost. Because Hill Climb Racing 2, you can equip now with 4 with masteries, but with Hill Climb Racing 3, there's that value of like, okay, how much how much does it cost me to equip this? So it's going to be fun to see the mix and match. What works best? Is it about having these really the best tuning parts on you, or do you do better with some cheaper ones? So I'm excited to see where the sort of the meta exists with Hill Climb Racing 3's tuning parts.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to play it. I mean, the bigger problem with Australia is where our time zone is so far away from
Yeah.
all the other time zones that, are we going to be playing only Australian players in our time zone, or is there going to be enough overlap? Do you think?
Well, I mean, there are so many bots in the game as well. So even if you can't find active players, then you'll at least be paired up with bots. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, by the time it gets to Australia, I don't know the exact plans. That usually falls under our user acquisition team. So I'm not sure if and when they want to hit Australia. But I would say that even nowadays, like some people in the US do have Hill Climb Racing 3, and I'm in Finland, so there's somewhere between a 7 to 10 hour difference. Like
Yep.
Cthulhu, Cthulhu streams it, and I've jumped on his streams occasionally. I'm about to go to bed, and I get a notification on Twitch that Cthulhu is streaming. Of course, I hop on, and so I've had some matches with him, Freddie, who's in Portugal. So I think yeah,
Yep.
you'll still be able to find players at different times throughout the day.
No, that's cool.
Like,
That's cool.
yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, um, I'm not sure how much longer you want to go
I have
and whether
no
you.
obligations beyond this, so I can go.
Even better. No, no, no. Because I'm conscious of your time. That's all. I just didn't want to. But if that's the case,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. Yeah.
I only had a couple more questions as it was. Um, I think was there my one question, and I ask this a lot of people is, have you had anything that you've regretted doing while you've been with Fingersoft?
Ooh, also a really great question, and it's one as well that I want to be professionally careful with, because
Hmm.
of course there's some things that come to mind, but I don't really know if I want to put that out in the ether.
Yeah, of
But
course, of course.
um, ooh, well, okay, this is a good one actually. This is it's even personal. So there's sort of like with a lot of stuff that we do, you have a sort of you have an emotional investment, but you should sort of disconnect yourself. I shouldn't be going to bed at night being like, oh no, the player X is mad because of this happened. So that's one thing that maybe I've regretted being too emotionally involved, which sounds
Yep.
bad because I want to be. I truly care about this, and it's not just a 9 to 5. I'm playing, like I said, I'll jump on a Cthulhu stream at midnight for me or whatever, so I am invested, but I think I need to separate as well. Like my emotional well-being with sort of what's happening with the game. There's just stuff out of my control that I can't like control. So I think if there's anything I would have regretted is to maybe step back a bit and let the game exist on its own and not be so. There had been a couple of moments where we announced an update or something, and we'd see some comments, and I'd be feel a bit bummed, like, oh, that didn't pan out how I thought it would. But that's fine as well. Like that's just how it goes. So I think, yeah, if there is any regrets, it's that being maybe too emotionally involved with stuff, and I shouldn't be.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
I've been in the same boat. The stuff that I do Monday to Friday, something will go wrong, and I feel bad about letting a customer or an end user down.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, my response to them being without, being able to do what they need to, the ability for me to turn that around from a negative into a positive is always, kind of one of my strengths, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So, yes, it's a negative. Yes, I feel bad about it, but it makes me strive to make them whole quicker. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I understand exactly where you've come from, though.
Yeah, and I think as well, like on the flip side, I would much rather be having those moments or those evenings where I feel a bit bummed because of work, rather than just complete apathy and not. Because I think if I didn't, if I wasn't emotionally invested or cared deeply, then I'm not really that good of a community manager. I think there is this is a job where passion is important. So I think especially for the players, if I didn't care, I think then maybe I'm not really doing my job that well. So I'd rather have those nights where I'm like, ah, I wish that went better than days where I just don't care at all. And actually, I'll give you a perfect example. If we roll back to when the masteries were announced, a lot of people were not happy about the masteries. The announcement,
Yeah,
there was a big uproar of people saying that you're going to ruin the game's meta and a lot of our leaderboards and high scores, and which were valid concerns. But if now that we fast forward almost 3 years later, I would say the majority of people do think that it was a positive thing, and we did notice the switch happened pretty quickly after the first, I'd say the first batch of masteries. We would see comments of, okay, you know what, maybe they had a good idea with this one. But the initial response, yeah, it was fairly negative. So that sort of stuff where we felt excited, and then we announce it, and people go, "Ah, this is going to ruin the game." And sometimes that does happen, but I'm happy with
well,
Masteries. It did turn around, and it's been a positive thing.
well, it did make three or four vehicles that were kind of no one would play anymore. It brought them back to life.
Yeah,
The racing truck, the supercar, not the supercar, the sports car, the racing truck. Um, to some degree, the jet ski, or the jet ski, the snowmobile.
yeah,
Um, you know, it's just made it a really really great vehicle. But it's given long-standing older players something to do. It's given new players something to strive for, and it's just opened the game up for more play. It was interesting. I had a conversation with a few team members only a couple of days ago about the fact that they said, "Oh, it's now, if you've got mastery or blah 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 blah," and I'm like, team events is now all about mastery, and I'm like, no, no, it's not. I still can't, jump shock. Just because I've mastered every vehicle doesn't mean
yeah,
I can instantly jump shock. Um, it means I have a better ability, a better set of tools to get a better score without having to use jump shocks.
yeah,
And it just means that I'm not scoring terribly when there's one of the skill sets that I can't do in a team event. So I think it hasn't become mastery only. And I mean, even if you look at the people like Vocope and Verishak, they're producing videos with and without mastery. They're producing, and the differences between those scores is not the Grand Canyon.
no, no,
It's
it's not.
it's not the Grand Canyon because again, it comes down to a skill set issue. So having the car with a little bit more, yeah, that's great. You can get another $5,000, but it's not the difference between getting 10,000 in the team event and getting 50,000 in the team event.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
all
Of course, there's always room to improve, and we can make tweaks to mastery even months from now. But it really is, like you said, it's about finding that balance of course we want to we want to make it impactful to reach full mastery, but also we don't want to we don't want to create the chasm of Grand Canyon size between mastery and non-mastery. So
and
there is a
non-mastery.
delicate
Yeah, yeah,
balance
yeah.
there, yeah. And I think
Yeah.
we've done a pretty good job with it.
I think
But
so
my
too.
favorite
I think so
my
too.
favorite is like you said, giving vehicles that are maybe underutilized new life. That was
Yep.
really nice. The problem I have though is I still can't use monowheel. I think Mastery should have. I don't know if Dark Smoke will
uh,
be listening to this one, but if he is, he's probably shaking his head, wondering why
yeah,
not. Monowheel is really easy to use, and no,
it's
not
really
not
easy to
for me.
use. Yeah,
My
yeah,
my
yeah,
brain
yeah.
my brain does not. I need to see the ground connect with wheel, or else I'm just like, well, I don't understand what's going on here.
I know what goes wrong with me using monowheel, and it may be the same issue. It's because I've always played the game with my thumb always on the accelerator,
Yeah.
and I modulate my fly or whatever with my finger on the brake pedal. And to play monowheel properly, you need to basically let go of the throttle until you need it.
Seems impossible to do. That's not how I play.
Exactly. And I've seen, because I've watched videos and I'm like, oh, I know what he's doing. He's flying. He's not using any buttons at all. He might, correct a little bit forward, backward with, the brake pedal or the accelerator pedal. And apparently, if you do that when you're doing adventure in any other vehicle, you fly, you don't hold your finger on the accelerator, it will actually use less fuel and you'll go further. But then again, I'm not
Oh,
that great
okay.
with I'm not that good with adventure.
Yeah.
And there's the reason. Um, so yeah, no, very cool, very cool. Now, I think I'm almost getting to the end of this, and I just wanted to, I suppose, give you the opportunity to. I mean, you've already said thank you to the community for being amazing people. Were there any people specifically at Fingersoft that you wanted to thank?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, there are so many, I mean, friends or professional friends. I don't know if any of them want their names out there publicly, but
Yep,
at least, like for example, Salah. Salah has been my closest workmate or creative. I mean, we work together all the time, every day. So, I mean, huge thanks to Salah um, for I mean the growth I've had within the company and having someone to sort of bounce around ideas or for us to share stuff together. So Salah has been my number one since day one. I mean, we started at the same time.
yep,
So I don't think the community would be anything without Salah, and then I think she would probably say the same to me. Like we work so well together, and I hope the next person as well. Has a similar relationship with Salah. And then, of course, I mean, a huge thanks to Reese as well. He's the reason why I even got this job. Yeah, he hired me. So people, if you've been a long time fan of the podcast, you'll know Reese as well. He was our previous head of community. So a huge thanks to him and SJ as well, who SJ has been on the podcast at least once, I think, once or twice.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So for them as well, and there's a lot of other people in the company, but again, I don't know if they want their
No,
names
no,
out
that's
there, but
fine.
like my superior or others, producers from the game teams, especially producers are always such friendly people persons. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
people who enjoy who really work well with other people. So yeah, there's been Fingersoft is great. I'm gonna miss working here. I'm gonna miss the community especially. Um, and all the fun creative stuff that the job would allow us. We have so much like freedom. Fingersoft really gives us the rope to hang ourselves with. They're like, yeah, if you want to try this, go ahead. If it doesn't work, then we'll pull you back up. For
Yep,
example, the podcast that we discussed earlier was an idea of like, yeah, let's try this, see if it works. If it doesn't, then we'll stop it. But like, why not try it? So that was a
yep,
perfect example of that, and I really appreciate Fingersoft for allowing us that the room to be creative and make mistakes and learn from them. So yeah, amazing employer. I'm gonna miss Fingersoft, and yeah.
okay. Well, on that note, I just wanted to say a big thank you for 3 years of supporting us. Um, 3 years of having you guys, come and say hello and give us some scoops and chat about bits and pieces. JR mentioned, the the rise to pit crew. I was extremely humbled by that. It was not the reason we did this podcast at all. We were having a lot of fun, and it just it makes me feel um, it makes me feel honoured to have you on and to be part of this amazing community. Like you said, the community is amazing, and to be a part of this community and be a valued part of the community is really it's really touching. And I wanted to say thank you for all the time you've spent with us, as well as all the time spent on the community, making them a better place to be.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's really kind to say, and I'll send the same to you as well. I mean, you are literally a voice within the community, and we need more people like you and JR and Pete before as well. So you're the reason why that's a big reason why we want to extend the offer to join Pit Crew, because I think we want more people who are aligned with your approach and your mentality and everything. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it. I'm always happy to join and chat with you guys. And you are leaders within the community as well. So I hope you know that as well. That you're not just talking into a void with some listeners, but rather you are leading the community in a lot of ways.
Yeah, appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It's there are times when you get to an end of a podcast, you've done hours and hours of work, you put it up, and you do all this work, and you go, right, oh, there's only a few listeners, but that's all right. And then a day or two later, someone will talk to you in a comment, and they'll say, oh, we heard, and you go, oh wow, that's someone is listening. Someone is listening. It makes you feel it just makes you feel a whole lot better knowing that the community is out there and they appreciate what we do. So, because we appreciate the community back. So yeah, no, that's very cool. And I know I've joked about this, but if you want to come back as just David, we will gladly have you. We'll gladly have you back as just David. And we won't call you just David. We'll call you just David.
I might need to get something.
But
David is a bit too generic. I need to come with something
oh,
more.
okay.
So you can expect something if I come
I
back.
think
But
if you come
I
back,
think we discussed a bit about this a bit before we started. But I think I need to write a book before I come back. So give me a bit of time, and I'll be back.
a 3-page picture book will do.
Yes,
We'll have
yeah.
you back to discuss your 3-page picture book. All right. On that note, I just want to say thank you again for your time. Um, we really appreciate having you on. Thank you to all the listeners who've been listening. And if you're still listening at this end of the podcast, please like and subscribe for more content. If you want to leave a comment for David or for the new person who replaces David, by all means, please leave a comment. And before I go, I just wanted to say that Pete really, really wanted to be here. And he's had some troubles with work. He really wanted to be here to say goodbye. And Pete sends all of his love, and he wants you to know that he's happy for you in all your endeavors.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll reach out to Pete as well. I mean, I love Pete as well. So,
Yeah.
and I'll have one final plug as well. That if people want to
Yep.
keep up with me or see what I'm up to after this, they can follow. Instagram is my preferred social media platform. So you guys can find me. It's Dave.Branco, which is BRAN as in Nancy CO. So Dave.Branco. You can find me on Instagram. You can follow me there, see what I'm up to, and yeah, I'm happy to stay involved with the community. I might be on Discord as well, but I might be under a different alias. So I would say Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me or keep up with me.
I will add a link to the end of this podcast in the comments. So if you're on either Spotify or YouTube, there will be a link in the comments. On that note, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, David, for spending some time with us. Thank you, JR, for being on. And we will have this up very shortly. Goodbye.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye bye.